In the 26th century, an uneasy peace settles after a brutal war between humanity and the extremist alien organization, the Covenant. A flimsy treaty ended the fighting, but Earth's outer colonies remain vulnerable. To ensure compliance, the Office of Naval Intelligence, ONI, sends Lieutenant Commander Locke and his team to keep a vigilant watch. On the human-populated planet Sedra, Locke's team tracks an alien smuggler, Axel, through a forest. Suddenly, an elite zealot, a species Locke hasn't seen in years, lands. Axel hands the zealot a small device. Analyzing it from afar, the team confirms it's a bomb. The team splits. Ramos captures Axel, while Locke and the others chase the zealot. They call for backup as the zealot races toward the city. Locke tracks the alien into a city access tunnel, where he is immediately ambushed. After a brief exchange of fire, Locke finds cover behind a door. When he opens it, the zealot is gone. The chase ends inside a crowded mall. Locke leaps onto the alien and fires, demanding the bomb. The zealot simply states, "It's only the beginning," before activating the device and falling to his death. The bomb releases a citywide energy pulse. At first, nothing happens. But as the team prepares to leave, civilians collapse, struggling to breathe, their veins turning dark. 2 ONI agents too close to the blast are affected. They rush the sick agents to the hospital. Colonel Akin of the Colonial Guard initially refuses entry, disliking ONI, but Locke persuades him by showing the severity of the illness. Fearing a massive outbreak, Akin sends the rest of Locke's team for testing. All are fine, but reports flood in. The illness is spreading up to 10 kilometers from the blast site. Testing confirms the horrifying truth. The victims are suffering from a bioagent made with a mutated element that attacks human DNA only. No other species is sick. The Covenant found a way to attack humanity indirectly, bypassing the treaty. Sedra is a test run. Earth is next. The team finds the abandoned smuggling vehicle. Locke convinces Akin they must work together. Akin assigns his soldier, Mayor, to accompany the ONI team. Meanwhile, Akin is beating Axel for information until Locke intervenes, using diplomacy and speaking the alien's language. Axel confesses he was just a paid middleman. He only knows the bioagent comes from a dangerous place everyone avoids, calling it hell. The team traces the vehicle's positioning. The bioagent originated from a fragment of the Alpha Halo, one of the colossal ring-shaped suits during the war. This piece is now orbiting dangerously close to a red giant star. The mission must be completed during the planet's 16 hours of night to avoid the sun's unbearable heat. Locke rushes to ask Akin for help, finding him mourning his daughter, who has just died from the infection. Eager for vengeance, Akin agrees, taking his daughter's bracelet as a grim reminder. The combined teams leave on the ship, Condor. During the journey, the sight of a nuke triggers an argument between the ONI and Colonial Guard over their methods. Akin silences them, demanding they work as one unit. Locke quietly reveals to Mace that Akin is a former Spartan super soldier. They arrive at the ring fragment. ONI soldiers jump out in specialized suits. The Colonial Guard must rappel down. Mayor and the pilot fly the Condor to safety. The team finds the smuggler ship empty, but the engine is warm. A damaged horse compartment and hoof prints lead away. Smugglers must use horses to reach the deposits. Following the prints into a cave, the team finds 2 smugglers, Ares and Hyle, mining the bioagent. The horses alert the smugglers, who flee. The team quickly arrests them, securing the bioagent containers and the horses. As the Condor descends to meet them, it is suddenly attacked by alien worms known as the Lekgolo. The creatures swarm the ship, causing it to malfunction. Mare falls out. The ship violently crashes in the distance. Hundreds of worms appear, instantly killing the horses and 3 soldiers. The remaining team runs into a narrow crevice. Ares explains the worms sense active technology and movement. They shut down all equipment and stand perfectly still. The worms pass by, and the team survives. Locke crushes a remaining worm to confirm its death before they move on. The team discusses their grim situation. The Condor is gone, and the small smuggler ship only holds 2. Locke insists they retrieve the nuke to finish the mission, and Akin agrees. For the eventual escape, Akin suggests they draw straws for fairness. They discard their armor, keeping only oxygen and weapons to minimize detection. Higgins suggests ditching the Colonial Guard and the smugglers, arguing the mission needs proper soldiers. Locke harshly reminds him they are a single team. The smugglers remind them they are the only ones who can fly the ship. At a brief break near an area of water, they hear a noise and quickly shut down their breathers, unaware the worms are tracking them. Wisner accidentally drops her breather, which activates when it rolls downhill. Ramos chases her, only to find her being devoured. The worms kill Wisner despite Ramos's desperate efforts to pull her out. Locke retrieves the breather and drags Ramos away. The worms find the whole group. Locke falls and traps his foot. Ignoring Akin's orders, Mesa grabs Wisner's active breather, throws it away as a decoy, and helps Locke escape. Trapped and running out of night, the team sees a figure approaching. The worms are mimicking Wisner to bait them. Higgin complains bitterly. Hal snaps back. and Higgin pushes him down the hill. The worms immediately devour Hyle, giving the rest of the team a clear path to run. A furious Ares tries to hit Higgin, but is stopped by Estrin. Locke chastises Higgin for playing God, but Higgin replies, "God isn't here." Akin warns Locke that he will soon have to make the same hard choice. Ramos attempts to find comfort in his children's video message, but Estrin takes the device and throws it, reminding Ramos of the danger. At a cliff edge teeming with worms, Ramos, losing his sanity, proposes an alliance to Estrin. When Estrin refuses, Ramos grabs him, causing Estrin to fall. Estrin begs for help, but Ramos deliberately lets him fall to his death, telling the team Estrin slipped. Higgin silently indicates he knows the truth, but offers no judgment. Higgin then takes his betrayal further. He grabs Akin's weapon and forces him to surrender his breather. Ramos sides with Higgin, forcing Locke to yield. Higgin and Ramos take the remaining weapons and leave with Ares to pilot the ship. Mare, believing they are doomed, is stunned when Akin finds the crashed Condor. The nuke is intact, and some propulsion remains. It's not enough to fly home, but it can reach the smuggler's ship. Akin proposes using the nuke's backup power cell for fuel. Since only two can escape, the third must stay to manually activate the nuke and destroy the deposit. Akin tries to order Mare and Locke to leave, but they demand the straws. Akin accepts, then breaks his daughter's bracelet, placing beads in his hands. White to leave, red to stay. Mare and Locke both draw white. Akin is the one staying. After a farewell, the duo leaves. Akin then reveals his bead was also white. He broke the promise to save the youngsters. Meanwhile, Higgin and Ramos are betrayed by Ares, who cuts his bindings and flees. As the worms chase them, Higgin betrays Ramos, damaging his leg and leaving him to be devoured. The Condor appears, loses control, and crashes, injuring Mare. Locke refuses to leave her. Ares reaches the smuggler ship and activates it, drawing the worms' attention. Higgin shoots Ares dead, runs for the ship, and is immediately devoured by the worms in seconds. With the sun rising, Akin reaches the deposit and activates the nuke. The worms swarm him, giving Locke and Mare the chance to reach the ship and take off. As they fly away, the explosion kills Akin but destroys the ring fragment and the bioagent, saving humanity.